Straight ahead on WBKB, Michigan reaches a vaccination milestone, but will the state hit 70% by the 4th? Plus, how you can help save the Duck Park ecosystem, and are you decorating for the 4th of July? Well, you could win a prize. You're watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 6 starts now.
This is WBKB News at 6. An in-depth look at news, weather, and sports. From hard-hitting news stories to local events, we're there with coverage you can count on. You're watching WBKB News at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler Cruz. Former President Trump's Justice Department subpoenaed Apple for account information belonging to at least 2 Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee. And now, President Biden's Department of Justice is investigating. Deborah Alferone reports from Capitol Hill.
The Department of Justice has launched a review of subpoenas issued during the Trump administration, seeking records of members of Congress and others. CBS News has confirmed President Trump's Justice Department subpoenaed the records of Democratic Congressmen Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell, who sit on the House Intelligence Committee, as well as aides, family members, and even a minor.
I believe they were targeted punitively, not for any reason in law.
The DOJ, led by then Attorney General Jeff Sessions, received metadata from Apple and an unnamed company in 2017 and 2018 as they looked into who was behind leaks of classified information early in the Trump administration. Although the metadata did not tie any committee members to the leaks, Sessions' successor, Bill Barr, revived the investigation in 2019.
I think there needs to be an internal investigation within the Department of Justice. I would like to know, we've asked the Justice Department, was this just going after Democrats?
In a statement, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said the former president waged an egregious assault on our democracy. A senior advisor to former President Trump had no comment when asked whether Mr. Trump knew of or ordered subpoenas of the phone records.
He used the power of government corruptly to go after his perceived political opponents.
The Intelligence Committee received confirmation in May of this year that the investigation had been closed. Deborah Alferone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The former Attorney General Bill Barr says he didn't recall getting briefed on the moves, and Apple has not yet issued a comment. Michigan has reached another vaccination milestone. According to Health Department data, 60% of the state's population aged 16 and over have received at least 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Michigan reached the 60% mark on Thursday, exactly 1 month after hitting the 55% milestone. Based on the latest data, it does not look like Michigan will reach 70% vaccinated by the 4th of July, but on July 1st, the state still plans to lift all COVID restrictions. Here's meteorologist Ellie Morrison with a first check of the weather. Ellie, did it dry up yet?
So, Tyler, we are still seeing a few showers affecting areas south of Alpena. We've certainly seen some briefly heavy downpours and thunderstorms, mostly near and south of M32 earlier today. 62 degrees in Alpena, some showers in Oscoda, warmer farther to the west, 74 degrees in Gaylord. And you can still see the gray sky sitting over Lachine, but no showers at this moment along M32 near M65. And taking a look at areas south of Glenny, we are seeing still those gray skies overhead. Temperatures this evening are going to be falling into the lower 60s and upper 50s. Later tonight, low temperatures around 55 degrees. A little bit cooler for tomorrow, of morning temperatures in the 60s, afternoon highs getting into the lower 70s for most, although just a touch warmer farther to the west. I'll let you know if we could see any more rounds of showers and thunderstorms moving through our area coming up later in the newscast.
Thanks for that, Ellie. We'll check back in with you in a bit. Well, on the bright side, we did need some rain. Feeding Kids Ministry is kicking off their summer lunch program starting Monday, June 14th. The program offers 5 lunches and 1 weekend food pack. You can drive or walk up to 2 locations, Resurrection Lutheran Church on Brook Street or the Housing Commission on 4th Avenue. Pickup is on Mondays and Thursdays between noon and 1 p.m. 3 lunches are given on Monday, 2 lunches and a weekend pack are given Thursday. Some items may require refrigeration. You can find this story on WBKB11.com. An open house will give Presque Isle residents a chance to see how far the fire department has come. The Township Fire Department will open its doors to the community on Sunday, June 13th. Firefighters will show the community the equipment and resources that the department has gained since its reopening more than 5 years ago. Kids are also welcome for some special fun, including refreshments and free hot dogs. Make sure you tune in to WBKB this weekend as we will have full coverage of the event. The Thunder Bay River Center needs your help preventing Duck Park waters from being overrun by an invasive species. Frogbit and cattail are two invasive species of plants growing in the waters of Duck Park. The Thunder Bay River Center first found the frogbit coming in from Fletcher Pond in 2012, and they've been battling ever since.
The frogbit itself we discovered in 2012, and we have been fighting it ever since.
If left unchecked, a large portion of the fish habitats in the park could be ruined completely.
It creates these dense mats, like I said, and this in turn smothers habitat for the fish.
Kalmanak says the frogbit blocks the sunlight from macroinvertebrates, which is a main source of food for the fish.
If the macroinvertebrates die, which they will if they don't get sunlight and able to sustain themselves, then the frogbit has won and we lose our fish. We lose another thing, we lose a big section of recreation area.
While the frogbit and the cattail are two individual plants, they help each other grow. And together, they've been invading both the habitats and recreational areas of Duck Park. The mats from the frogbit make it too dense for kayakers to paddle. And the issue with the cattails, it creates a monoculture in the ecosystem.
But the cattails have taken over, created a monoculture, and so if we let it go, it's going to keep going. And eventually, the entire sanctuary could be covered with cattails.
On June 25th, the Thunder Bay River Center needs volunteers to help remove these plants from Duck Park. For more information and to sign up to volunteer, you can find this story at WBKB11.com. Kalmanak also says that the plants can spread through birds or through people not cleaning their boats and equipment. If you aren't sick of water after today's heavy rain, then you might want to get your fishing rod ready. As part of the Michigan DNR's 3 Free Weekend, all Michiganders can go fishing without a license. However, the DNR does ask that you follow all other fishing regulations. Off-road trails are also open without permits, and you can get free admission to any state park. If you're feeling festive for the 4th of July, you could win a prize for showcasing your patriotism. The Exchange Club of Alpena is hosting a 4th of July decorating contest. Local businesses and homeowners can enter the contest simply by decorating their home or business. Those wanting to participate can snap a photo of their home or business decor and email it along with your name and address to the email on screen. The call for submissions closes June 25th, and the only rule is to not get political. Lappin Agency and Bowlens Jewelry are just some of the past business winners. Well, there's more news ahead for you here on WBKB. Coming up, our weekly update on the Bagley Street Bridge, and meteorologist Ellie Morrison has your 7-day forecast next.
So we are feeling already some cooler temperatures moving in. It is going to be refreshing heading out the door. Looking forward to Tuesday morning.
And looks
planning to do anything outdoors this weekend?
Not Saturday during the day. Absolutely not. But
sure.
Sunday looks like some good golf weather.
Sunday does
I'll have to
look
talk
like
to
some
Jake
good
and see what
golf
we're
weather.
doing. But yeah, it looks decent.
Today's photo was sent in by Paula Gerke. Out on Lake Huron earlier in the week, she went fishing along North Point Shore just out of the small boat harbor and saw this sunset. Thank you, Paula, for sharing this photo with us. If you have a photo such as nature shots, pics with friends, or interesting sights you see that you'd like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com.
That does look nice. Looking forward to these more sunsets. I know you get them a lot. Coming up on WBKB News, could we see a hearing loss epidemic? And Jake Vanderbrook will have the latest in sports. Stay tuned. Oh, welcome back. The rainy forecast didn't stop construction on the Bagley Bridge earlier on Friday. Rounding out Week 16's project, workers completed the demolition of the south side portion of the original bridge. Next, workers demolished the remaining abutment, digging up the materials behind it. Managing Director Ryan Brady says this will help make way for a more spacious bridge.
They'll demolish that abutment, add new pilings to it, reconstruct it wider because the bridge is going to be almost double the width of the old bridge, and then backfill that and begin the road work.
Brady says workers are also still putting the finishing touches on Pier 2. The new bridge will double in size at 75 feet wide, while the width of the old bridge was only 38 feet. That's pretty interesting. In health, why researchers predict an epidemic of hearing loss, and a study disputes the idea of healthy obesity. Michael George has those stories and more in a look at the day's medical news.
Overweight people with normal blood pressure and insulin levels are sometimes described as healthy obese, but research in the UK says that term is misleading. The study finds those patients are still at a substantially higher risk for diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and respiratory illnesses. Adding to the list of symptoms from COVID-19, researchers now believe the virus can cause both hearing and balance disorders. A study at the University of Texas also finds stress from the pandemic may aggravate symptoms of tinnitus, which causes ringing in the ears. And a different threat to audio health may be coming from your earbuds. Studies presented to the Acoustical Society of America find that children, teenagers, and young adults are listening to music through headphones at unhealthy volumes for many hours a day. Researchers are warning of an epidemic of hearing loss when today's younger generations reach midlife. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Sports is coming up next, but first, Jake Vandenbroek is in with a preview. Jake, happy Friday. What do you got for us?
Hey, happy Friday to you too, Tyler, Ellie, and to all of you watching. Coming up next in sports, Tigers begin a 3-game series with the Chicago White Sox at Comerica Park. I'll have your preview on that. Plus, we'll take you to Rogers City, where the Hurons will look for their 5th straight regional title this Saturday. More on that when WBKB News at 6 returns. 26 season.
How do you feel about that?
12 teams? I don't know if I'm a big fan of 12 teams. I can understand 10.
I could see 8.
8? I can
8
see
with no
8.
buys.
What about 6, though?
6 you could do with a couple buys, I think.
Yeah, so you would give the first 2 teams, the top 2 teams, you give them a bye. 3, 4, 5, 6. I like that.
Okay, I can do that.
I can do that too.
Maybe it won't be Alabama Clemson. That's all I think we're trying to do.
Welcome back. Ryan Reynolds tries to save the world, and a late-night Showtime series is back in the studio. CBS's Danya Bacchus has your eye on entertainment.
A new documentary is giving an inside look at what is considered the World Cup of soccer for priests.
Somebody once compared it to the Quidditch World Cup, if you're a Harry Potter fan.
The holy game goes beyond the Vatican walls, where priests, deacons, and bishops in seminaries around the world gather to play in a Vatican soccer tournament. The film will be available on demand June 29th. Ryan Reynolds is a bank teller who discovers he is actually a background player in an open-world video game in the new film, Free Guy.
I know this world is just a game, but this place, these people, that's all I have. So I'm not going to be the good guy. Thanks, guy. I'm going to be the great guy.
Guy decides to become the hero of the story, rewriting it so he gets the chance to save the world before it's too late. Lil Rel Howery, Jodie Comer, and Taika Waititi also star. The Free Guy hits theaters August 13th. And Deezus and Mero are leaving their sneaker wall and basement to return to the studio for the first time since last March. Starting June 20th, the pair will record their late-night Showtime series in a newly revamped studio. Lil Nas X is their first guest. Deezus and Mero airs Sunday and Thursday nights on Showtime. That's your eye on entertainment. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Thank you for watching WBKB News at 6.
Visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates, anytime, day or night. And check us out on our Facebook page and Twitter handle at WBKB11.
You can join us tonight for WBKB News at 11 with Kent Davis. And have a great weekend.